Hi everybody, it's Meridy again, and I'm here with day 10 of our 12 days of Christmas, and we are just rocking and rolling. Let me tell you, if you are watching this video as the first video that you're seeing in this series, you might want to go back and watch the introduction video because that will give a great explanation of what is going on here, and so you can follow along. I will link that introduction video in the description of this video. So if you're kind of lost, that might be why. Otherwise, let's keep going. So today we are going to need a black ink pad and a blending tool. You're going to need some foam tape. You're going to use from your essentials kit the simple vintage Dear Santa sticker sheet. We're going to use a couple stickers. You're going to use, you should have a piece of red cardstock left from prior layouts that's about this size. It's already like down to this size. It's not the big piece that we cut into yesterday. You've got the following tags. This one, it looks like that on the back, and this special delivery tag. And then these two cut aparts, and we're gonna go ahead and cut them apart. I do believe we don't use the Deck the Halls one right now. No, we don't use the Deck the Halls one. That one is for another layout, but we do use this one. And then you have already gutted this paper with an 1.5 inch border. And then you'll need a white sheet of cardstock from your stash. And then you're gonna need the following things from the 49 Market ephemera pack. Okay, there is a Golden Moment tab, this little frame. You can cut the inside out, we don't need that. These two stars keep the insides intact. This red buffalo plaid tag, this holly tag, this black and white buffalo plaid tab, this little wreath, these two tags, they were both in the essentials kit. This thing that says Christmas 1920, and we're using one 4x6 photo, but again, you can use a variety of photos. You don't have to use the same exact size that I am. The first thing that you're gonna do is mat your photo on the red cardstock, and I just gave mine like a fairly thin mat. It's not too crazy, it's not super thin, it's just enough to be like a pop of red on there. So you can mat your photo and then save this little piece in case we need it on another layout, because I don't remember. As you can tell, we're using incy beansy little scraps. Next, you are going to take your white paper and you're gonna trim about 1.5 inches off of two sides so that your paper is, instead of 12 by 12 now, it's gonna be 10.5 by 12. So trim 1.5 inches off, 10.5 by 10.5. So trim 1.5 inches off of two sides, and that should mat nicely right in the middle here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and adhere that down just like that. Oh, I forgot to tell you something else that we need for this layout. You need either a stamp that looks like sewing machine stitches, or you're gonna wanna just stitch this on a sewing machine, or you're gonna wanna hand draw stitches, or if you prefer, you can even hand stitch this. But I'm just gonna do this part right now. We're gonna use black ink, and we're gonna go ahead and stamp over the seam where this white paper meets this buffalo plaid paper. And when you get, if you have a long stamp like this, when you get to the end here, you don't want it to go on this part of the paper. You know, you want it to end where the white paper ends. So you just cover that up. I think I turned that around. And do that on all four sides. So it looks really nice and like a clean finished edge. It just adds so much. So I'm gonna go off camera and finish doing that, and I will be right back. We've got all of those edges stamped, and it just looks so finished and so nice. So now we can start placing things down. This is our photo that we're going to use. We're gonna cut, you can use this whole thing like this if you'd like, but I just really loved the words that said Christmas 1920, and I'm not using them on this page, so I just really wanted to cut that apart so I could use them on another page. So you do not have to do this part, but if you want to, you can do this. And I did not use this on another layout for this series, but I saved it in my, because I want it in my stash. Okay, and then we've got a couple tags here. Oop, that one's gonna go down here. This right here. Okay, so this is another thing that we're gonna do, and this, we use this tag on a lot of places of this layout. So you're gonna really wanna loosely fussy cut this doily. I have the wrong scissors. You're gonna loosely fussy cut this doily. Take care not to cut through this section right here, because we're gonna use that scrap. Seriously guys, we use it all. Especially when we're making, you know, 12 layouts out of one kit. So yeah, 12 layouts, and one of them was a double page layout. So yeah, we're making a lot out of one kit. So we savor all these scraps. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and trim off. So we've got this long piece and even this short piece. We're gonna use that little tiny short piece too. And then I want you to cut right through, just straight up, to cut that red from, like, the stripes of paper from this. And we're gonna use part of it on one side and part of it on another side. Okay, we've got some tags going on down here. We're gonna go ahead and cut this guy totally in half. We're gonna stick half of him in up here, half of him in down here. I'm just lightly laying out where these things are going. I'm not even carefully placing anything right now, because what we're gonna do is come in and ink everything and ink the edges so it all pops off this paper nice. So if I'm not gonna waste time trying to cut this frame in half long ways. I'm not gonna waste time trying to get these in like the perfect spots right now. It's just approximate. We're gonna come in with our black ink and our blending tool, and we're gonna ink the edges of every single piece, except I did not ink my photo. But every other piece that we've got on here, I want you to ink up the edges. It just makes it pop so much against the white background paper. So I am gonna go off camera to do this because this part is the time consuming part of this layout. You know, it takes a few minutes to do all this. Oh, I also did not ink this holly berry leaf thing. Okay guys, but ink all the rest and I will be right back. Okay, this is the last piece that I'm inking. I also don't think I put ink on these little gold frames because it's already kind of dark on the edge. But we are done with that ink for now. And now we're gonna start adhering things down. So it's kind of like just kind of starting somewhere because there's a lot of layers on here. We'll start on this top corner right here. You might want to refer to the pictures, like pictures on the website, to know exactly how and where to put this, because it might be easier referring to still pictures than it is to this moving video. But it's kind of up to you. And I'm just starting with whatever layer is in the backmost edge, and that's what I'm adhering down first. And I'm kind of making some of them go at a little angle just so it gives a little interest on here. And then once you get the picture down, the rest of it is like falls into place really easy. So let's get this picture down now. that's like the center point of everything, and so it's easier to put things around the picture. Oh, my inside of my star came out, but that's okay. I'll just glue it. I'll just adhere it down together. Make sure I get adhesive on the middle and the sides. And that one goes about right like that. Okay. And then the way I did this when I was designing this one is I just started with the bigger pieces and I just kept adding layers and wedging things underneath. I knew I wanted to use a lot of embellishment on this one, so I just kept layering things up until I used up all the pieces that I wanted to use. As you can see, there's not a ton of paper or anything much left of your kit. There's not a lot of paper left at this point because we've been using our kit, you know, for quite a while. So the embellishments and the tags really shine on this page right here. And I think I'm moving around at a pretty good pace here. And then we can go ahead and, I'm not gonna stick this guy in quite yet. I'm gonna kind of save these two for the end to wedge them in, because I wanna make sure that everything else is looking correct. I did pop this up on foam tape, okay, but I didn't pop the rest up on foam tape. And then if you have twine from anything, you can put twine in these tags. I just did not have any accessible twine. I thought our twine that we use on our packaging, that really thin twine, would look really good, and it's so thin it would look really nice on these tags because they're so delicate looking. I love that really thin twine from our packaging. Okay, got this one. It's kind of angled that way. And then this star, I just put on the one that we just popped up. Okay. And this little guy. Peeks out over there. And then we can go ahead and stick this holly leaf in, or holly wreath, I guess it is. I'm gonna put it pretty far under. I just want it barely peeking out. So I'm gonna have to pull up my layers. I just want it peeking out a little bit right there. And then we're gonna get our sticker sheet and this Merry and Bright sticker. We're gonna use the Merry and Bright sticker, but I'm gonna put it up on foam adhesive so it's popping up off the page. And it is gonna go right there. And then this little guy, I want tucked out from under it. So it, because it's kind of the same shape. Like it's that round like the words Merry and Bright. So just wedge it underneath there. Okay, and this wraps up this layout. It's very, very layered heavy and ephemera heavy, but I think that I like the way it turned out, and I really love the stitching around the edge or faux stitching or however you end up doing that, because I think it really gives a lot, lends a lot to the layout. So this is layout number 10. We would love to see if you make a layout inspired by this, or if you make this layout, you can share it on our Not Just for Boys Kit Club community group, and I will link that in the description of this video as well. Otherwise, I will see you guys for day 11. Merry Christmas. Bye.